Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the
Latin
Latin
voices.
Voices.
and welcome again. So happy Thursday for everyone. Um, so here is the topic for today.
Okay, our topic for today is flexibility is the new freedom. See how even busy parents are making it happen.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna be talking today. But first, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, hi everyone. My name is Yesenia, but everyone knows me as Jessie. I'm a nurse by professional. I live here in Ontario, Canada, but I'm original from Cuba, and I also have my own business online. I'm a mentor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Isabel. I'm originally from Mexico, but I live in North Carolina, USA. I am a former educational assistant. I'm a wife, a mother of three, a grandmother of two, a proud digital business owner, and a mentor.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, so before we dive into our topic too, we want to remind everyone that every Tuesdays and every Thursdays we have our live webinar. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is register into any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar, which will happen to have one tonight at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register to the live webinar. That one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday, one for Thursday. So you can register for either one or for both. And the second link that you get there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you probably wonder, okay, so what am I going to find out on the webinar? So, on the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And also, you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So, let's find out who are the hosts and panelists for that day.
Okay, guys. So, start your own digital business today. Assist our live webinar tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time. I'm sorry, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our host for tonight will be Elena. She is a full time mom thanks to this business. We also have Masako. She's a former nail salon owner. Virgie is a daycare owner, and Kiuri is an ex-pharmacist at home, a stay-at-home mom too. So if you guys can see, we have full-time business owners, former employees or business owners in uh, traditional businesses now doing full-time business, online business.
We also going to have Rekha. She's an IT analytic programmer. We also have Victoria. She's a healthcare provider. Rebecca, a registered nurse, and Natasha, online business owner. So all these people are going to be today, July 11, in our live webinar. Remember, it's 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And the only thing you have to do is register with your name and email to the website of your choice, and you will get access to this amazing webinar. And you can learn or make a decision if the online space is for you, and you can start it today.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jesse. Yes. So our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: the Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And if you cannot make it for tonight live webinar, then our replays have subtitles in several languages. All right. So let's dive into our topic for today. So what is our topic for today?
Yeah, so our topic for today, as we said before, is flexibility is the new freedom. See how even Busy parents are making it happen. So if you are wondering if you're a parent and are be able to do this business, we will talk about a little bit more about this.
Yeah, that's right. So let us ask you actually something real, okay? So, what's the point of earning money if you have zero time to enjoy it? And I think we are in that place. Sometimes we focus on making money, you know, but then we don't have time for the other things. We don't have time to spend with the family, because many times, sometimes you are like with the family, but your work is still working because you're still getting those email or messages, or you just have to call. So it's not really like you're fully present with your family. Um, so today, we're gonna be talking about that because many times, we have been told like for so long that success means working harder, working longer, sacrificing sleep and family time. But what if we told you that the real freedom isn't just about money, it's about having flexibility? And today on our Latin Voices Live, we are talking about why flexibility is the new freedom and how even the busiest parents are making it happen. So that's our main topic for today. So let's us parents, this life, okay? So the morning chaos, getting out everyone out the door in the mornings, like come on kids, hurry up, and then because you want to make it to the school, but at the same time you need to make it on time for your work. And then you have work all day, rushing to pick up the kids. That's the other rushing at the end, getting out of work and driving quickly, to pick up the kids so you're not late. And then after that, dinner, homework, bedtime, and maybe a moment to breathe before you crash. So it feels like there's no room to dream, right? Well, what if we could design your day? So instead of letting your day control you, we're going to help you to have the time that would allow you to do the things not in a stressful way, so more balance. So that's exactly why so many parents are in our community are doing through in digital entrepreneurship. So let's look how they are making it work. So we're going to give you some ideas how they are doing it. So what is today's points?
Okay, our points for today. Number one, redefine what work looks like. Number two, involve the family, inspire the family. And number three, use symptoms to work smarter, not harder.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking. So let's talk about point number one.
Okay, so point number one, redefine what work looks like. So if you're a parent right now, ask yourself, what work mean for me right now? What does it give me right now? Okay? Gone are the days when work had the meaning, the mean community, the mean commuting and sitting at the desk for 8 hours. Okay, with an online business, you can work from home or anywhere with Wi-Fi. Okay, you choose your hours, whether that during your nap time, school hours, or late evening. You can build around your kid schedule, not the other way around. No, okay. An example. One mom in our community started by working an hour a day during her baby naps. Okay, slowly she built her business, and now she is home full time, a present for every milestone. Just think about it. If that was you, you will be so happy if you were like right there because you give it a choice and you decided to start something. Okay, when your business is flexible, your life becomes flexible. And that's one of the reasons I love this business, because even I'm not a mother. Okay, I don't have kids. So but I can tell, no, maybe not for experience, but I can tell for what I see with my other business partners, their parents. Okay, we all know that as a worker, working on your 9 to 5 job or traditional job, you have your paycheck, yes, but what do you give in return? You give in return your time. Okay, and what's the style? What is different? Why? Where are we saying this? Because working, you work long hours, So you will not be able to see your kids grow, or at least you'll not be present to see all the milestones present for your kids, whatever age they are right now. You also going to feel, you're going to feel, I would say, guilty, you know, for not be present because you're working, and the desire of health, financial, and without forgetting the, like, your home base. I call it like that. I don't know. I don't have too much experience with kids, but I saying this because it's a little bit related how I felt to, I was working a lot. I didn't have enough time for myself. I can't believe if I have a kid, it's gonna be worse. But I was not present, because as a parent, like, I can see it from my mom. My mom was working all the time, and even if we want her at home, I knew that she couldn't be at home because she had to make money. She depend of that paycheck, so she have to be at work. So it's not like I'm blaming my mom, like I'm blessed that she had to work. But my mom was present most of my grow up. I was more like, I was more close to my grandma because she was the one that was home, so she was the one that seen me grow up. My aunt, back home, it's a little bit like the culture is a little bit different. So maybe you have two or three the household, they were the one that were going to work, and then you have one or two, like your aunt or uncle, or your grandma was the one to stay taking care of all the kids. So these people were able to make money, but that's the thing, they were going to work because they want to make money. So I'll be able to buy my dress or my shoes or my backpack to work or to school, and my lunch meat, like, they need to be at work. So you think about if you're a parent and you can find a way that you can earn, like, you don't have to compromise your earning, like a way that you can make money, while you're at home, without leaving from your house, without saying goodbye, without taking the long drive or of the subway, whatever you're taking to work. So think about that. How much will be you be able to accomplish? How many milestones you will congratulate on see your kids growing up. So I'm gonna smile because I don't, as I say, I don't have kids, but I have my doggy, and I love when I see something different that he does, because I'm more present at home. I can see the things. Before was like quickly or barely able to have a dog because I was not home all the time. So we don't want to have a dog and leave it at home all by himself. So now I'm more able to see my doggy, walk my doggy, and do the things, the tricks, and whatever. But I'm there, I'm present, and that's the reason I love this business. But as a parent, how rewarding will be if you are earning without worrying about that money, but you are seeing your kid giving the steps, so your kid, as I don't know, mommy, look what I draw, something like that. Isa will tell us more, a little bit more. She's the expert. But yeah, so that's what I would say. Okay, so yeah.
Thank you, Yessie. You did really good. Going back to your childhood and how you grew up, that's a good example too. Really finding what work looks like nowadays. We're different, living in a different time compared to when we were growing up. Things were different back then. Now there's so many opportunities to work, online. So gone are those days when work had to mean, commuting and sitting at a desk or in a factory for 8 or more hours a day. I lived those days for so long. I started working when I was 15, and it wasn't 8 hour days. It was more like 10 to 12 hour days. And, we came home tired, just we felt like taking a shower and going to bed, but we had more responsibilities than that because we had to help my parents with the house, cleaning the house, helping with the younger siblings and all that. But as a parent, I knew that I didn't want that for me because they used to work like long hours. That they used to work in farms, outside in the heat, uh, a lot of times they were bending down, picking up vegetables and stuff during the day. And that was really hard. And so, when I was doing that with them, I was always thinking in my mind, that's not what I want for me. Um, and even though I didn't have to do that, I did end up doing other jobs where I was trading time for money. And I was, away from home and away from my kids that they were growing up, and I wasn't there for them. And like you said, I always felt guilty for that because, as a mom, you want the best for your kids, and there's nothing better than being there for them as they're growing up. Right now I'm babysitting my grandson. He's going to be 4 months old already tomorrow. But during these months that I've been having him, keeping him, I can see all the things that he's doing, all the milestones. Now he giggles, he looks at you and he laughs. He understands when you talk to him. And it really melts my heart to see that he feels and he knows that he is so loved. But my kids didn't have that blessing, of me being with them, or having, their grandmother take care of them, because my mom was working at the time as well. So, I had to take them elsewhere to be taken care of. And, you know, I know that they didn't receive the love and the care that my grandson is receiving, because he is the happiest baby ever. And my kids were always irritated. They were always crying. They were always, I think they felt the part where they didn't feel the love, the embrace, the warmth of the mother. So that is really what parents go through here, as immigrants, because a lot of times we don't even have family around to help us with the kids. It's so different from when we grew up back at home, back in our country. Like you said, we had other family members that could take care of us when our parents were away working or doing whatever. So, the good thing is that now with the digital business, you don't have to go through that. You can work from home and you can take care of your family, be present, cooking them fresh meals, waking them up from their nap, going with them for walks in nature, and just being there for them, being present. That's is priceless to any parent, having that flexibility to do that. And I know that a lot of parents don't do it, because especially moms, because they want to support, with the financial situation at the house. But with this opportunity, you can be home, take care of your children, be there witnessing every milestone, and still, be able to make income online. So you can choose your own hours, while they sleep, you can do some of the work, uh, maybe before they wake up, after they go to bed. Like this business really does adapt to your lifestyle. Everybody has a different lifestyle depending, on the situation. Like, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, and I have responsibilities to do, different from Sandy and Jesse. But the business still adapts to each of us, to the lifestyle that we have. So you don't have to be concerned about that. And you can, schedule, your meetings. You can schedule the work hours that you're going to have during the day, and know that, okay, during this time, like right now, I have my grandbaby with me. It was almost time for him to take his nap. So, I try to put him to bed before I came to do this live. And he doesn't want to go to sleep. So I told my son, I said, go over there and talk to him. Maybe he'll be happy. He just doesn't like to feel lonely. He wants to feel presence. He wants to see somebody in front of him. And that's what we do. So right now, my son is helping me with the little one, but still I'm running my business and taking care of my family. I'm here to change diapers, to feed him, to cook for my son, and that's what really matters to me. So when your business is flexible, your life becomes flexible and in peace, and you don't have the stress of waking up in the morning, rushing. Sometimes when I was working full time and taking my kids to the sitter or taking them to school, I felt so bad because in the morning it wasn't like, a peaceful morning, like, hey, good morning, how are you, hugging them and everything. It was all a rush, like, okay, get ready, brush your teeth, eat your cereal, let's go, let's go, let's go. You're always rushing them, and you don't really show them your love that way. And they don't feel love when you're all the time just yelling at them, telling them to get ready and to rush and to do things. So the difference with this business is that you really do have that peace, and you have that time, in the morning to sit down and have the breakfast, have the lunch, cook for them, and you feel better. And let me tell you, they feel a lot better too, because they know that you are there for them. They can count on you for anything.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Isabel. So you guys mentioned a lot of good things here. So I'm just gonna be quick on this one. So yeah, so the good thing about having an online business, especially for parents, is that you can start this on the side at the beginning, and then you can feed the business to any time pocket of the day that you have. So for example, it could be like before the kids wake up in the morning, some parents do that, or like after the kids are going to bed, or you can do it like during the lunchtime or when you're waiting for picking up your kids. So a lot of parents start that way, and eventually they transition from being having a 9 to 5 job to be fully present for the kids, because the online business allows them to be able to quit their jobs. So now they just do this business full time, and that's the example I will show here. This will be the kind of life that you will have when you have an online business, that also already gave you that financial stability. You're going to be fully present, for your kids. So you can be at home, you don't have to deal with that commuting, rushing commuting. You only, you have enough time to be able to prepare a nice breakfast meal for your kids, take them to school, and then come back to home, do your chores, do your business, prepping the food, when the kids come to school, go pick them the kids at school, to come back, and provide them a nice meal. Because that's one of the things that a lot of parents in our community were sharing, that before they didn't have this online business, they were rushing. They didn't have time to prepare, a nice breakfast or a nice meal. It will be kind of like a junk food that they were giving to them, so they have something to eat, because they were tired. But now they are fully present. So that's what this online business allow you to have, that time and flexibility in not missing any of the milestone of your kids. So the online business work around your schedule and not the other way around. And you can start this on the side, and then eventually will replace your 9 to 5 job. Okay, so let's go to point number 2.
Okay, point number 2, involve the family, inspire the family. So when you start a business at home, your kids see it, they learn from it, and you're not just providing income, you're remodeling courage, creating possibility. So they see you investing in yourself and in your dreams. You show them how it's possible to build something of your own, and you create legacy of belief and education. And this is the thing, as a parent, I didn't have a career, I didn't go to college, I don't have a certificate saying that I'm whatever. But I always show my kids with example, like what is possible even when you don't have that. You always want to work on yourself, and you want to improve that the version, even when I didn't have that opportunity to go to college. um I always go get certificates to get better jobs in the things that I want to do. And with this business, I can they can see that the person that I was before I started doing this business, because I was always stressed, I was always irritated, I was always yelling at them, because I didn't have the peace, I didn't have the time for myself, to just breathe and come down and enjoy life. And so since I was irritated, I was always in a bad mood. And now they see, the other person, the one that they enjoy, because, I get to spend time with them, with my son. He likes to do sports. Like we go play pickleball together. He likes to play video games. Sometimes we play video games together. There's only a couple that I like to play with him because the other ones I can't do, I don't like. And then we're just here together all the time. He's the one that, he goes on walks with me. If I have to go grocery shopping, he's with me, and I cook for him, and he's learning how to cook as well because he likes cooking. So just to be here for him, teaching him all these responsibilities that he's going to need later in life, is possible thanks to this business. But leading with example, showing them what's possible, to show them that there is no limits in life when you are persistent, when you show up every day, when you improve in the things that you want. So, and then showing them that you can grow anything. This is something that was very hard for me at the beginning because I started this business without having the experience. My siblings have traditional businesses, but I didn't want a traditional business because I didn't like the part where they are attached to that place, right? That they have to be there present. If they have to go on vacation, they always struggle with the coverage and finding somebody that they can trust to take care of their business. So I wanted something different for me. And when I started this business, even though I started without the experience, without knowing anything, it was overwhelming at the beginning. Now I enjoy it. I have a passion for this. And I show them, what's possible through my uh, through my example, of what I do every day. And not only that, I'm creating a legacy for my family as well. And just believing, the best thing that you can do for you is believe in yourself, believe that it's possible. And every day, do something different, educate yourself, and find more information about the thing that you're doing. When you have the information, when you are really informed, when you're throwing yourself at everything that researching and just learning more, then everything becomes easier, right? Because you have the knowledge, and knowledge is power. So just showing them that is something that I can do. That's the best thing I can do as a parent. And then the example here, a dad in our group share how his kids now ask, how many people did you help today? Instead of when will you get home from work? Because that's what kids ask when you go out to work. They ask, like, either they say, please don't leave me here, or when are you coming back to pick me up? Because they want to know, they want you present, they want you with. So your journey inspires more than just your bank account. It shapes your family mindset. And it doesn't only shape your family. This business offers so many things. You're serving and helping other people achieve a better life, and helping them be present for their families. And that's the goal of each one of us, is to help and serve as many as we can through this online business.
Yes, Isa, I like when you talk about your kids and give that comparison because um, I had a friend that we will say back home, like she was born golden spoons, something like that. Anyways, she came up with her families, and they are wealthy, and just the way that she was raised, without the limiting mindset, because it's not like when you're kids, you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot join the soccer team or something, or something that you really like, because maybe it will cost you a little bit money, or something like that. In her case, she was like, I can, like, I really want it, I can join it. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't have that mindset, or like, I cannot do things, or I'm not be like, that part of the negative thinking was not there. It's all, of course, all depends how you grow up and how your family raised you and the values and belief or the family member. No, but when you have a family that inspire you and it tell you, I believe on you, or you can do this, or let me show you, and you see this pattern every time, you will grow up believing that you can do it. You will not be like me that was yeah, we all have fears and whatever, but it took me a long time to decide that if this was the business that I want to do it, because in my mind I was not able to have a business, if that makes sense, because I was not worthy to have a business. I was thinking who I am to think that we be able to have a business, for the way that I grow up, I will not have something for myself, something for my own. So that was my thinking at that time. So having that, having a family that, when you have a business and you show up your kids these kinds of value, you're inspiring them to become better and better every time, because you are there and you're like the sample of these kids, no, to grow up. And that's the comparison that I have from my friends, like the way they I talked with her before, like the way that she was saying things when I have like and she was like, why you say that, like why you, and I was like, yeah, I don't have the money. And she said, yes, but if the money wasn't an issue, will you do it? Because I was just, I like the, like, I cannot do this, or I'm not able to this, I cannot have that, that way of thinking. um is hard. Like we didn't came from that background, but to like be able to have your kid to grow up in something different, it will be pretty blessing.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jesse. We do have a comment here from Kennedy Commons. He say hi. Hi,
Hi,
Kennedy. Thank you for
Kennedy.
Hello.
watching. Just to add to this point, because you pretty much both of you saying all. So yeah, so the when you have this online business, the good thing about it is, you can involve your kids, and many parents, they're not tech savvy, so they ask help from their kids, and that's how, they kind of like involve them in that. Also, by the when we come to this business, we think about, the financial part of it, so we have like this legacy plan, what is the financial part, but that's the other there's another legacy that you also get, and it's the one that we mentioned here, the legacy that your kids are watching you, from the beginning when you start this business and as you go through your journey, so they're seeing how you're changing, and for them, like that makes them, think, like, well, if my mom is able to, stepping out of her comfort zone, learning new skills, go for her dreams, so can I. So you are an inspiration to them. You are a motivation. So that's the other good thing about that. And also, um, you you can, for example, like here, many times, like the example that of the dad, like the kid asked, and that is true, a lot of a lot of the parents that, for example, that we have interviewed, they share, that many times, their kids are learning about the business, and they're asking their mom, you have to go for your next milestone and stuff like that. And that's amazing. Or sometimes they say, oh no, mom, you're wrong, this is supposed to be like this, so it's kind of like how they get involved, because they're learning with you at the same time, about the business. So it's beautiful to have that family bonding, and with the business too. And it's amazing, how they are learning together, just by watching you and hearing you, what you're saying. So I just wanted to add that. So it's like here, your journey inspires more than just a bank account. It shapes your family's mindset because
Mhm.
they are watching you. So let's go to points number 3.
Okay, so point number 3: use system that work smarter, no harder. I think we're always talking about this, and that's what we love, this business system. It's not just the business. We love the system that came out with the business, because yes, it's good to have something at home, but if this business didn't have the system they have, it will be not the same. Okay. A lot of people think an online business means being glued to the computer, your phone, the 24 by 7. But that's not true. That's not the reality. Because thank you to this online business, to the business that we're offering, you can actually have a normal life. You can go for vacation, spend time with your family, have that dinner, go for that walk without worrying, because you know that your business is open 24/7 and is automated. Okay. Automation, we have an automation tool that help you connect with people even when you are offline. Okay. We have mentorship and training, guide you step by step, so you are not alone. You don't need to figure it all out all by yourself. It's a system that is already in place. We have everything, like our I don't know how you call that, like the people that thought about this business. They thought about everything. They thought about people speaking the same language, contacting people around the world, how to continue that automated connection, or that give you like a really good information, the training, how to get access, the different apps, everything is already there. So it's a no-brainer, so you don't have to get out of that, or have different apps or different accounts or different things to get access to the whole thing that we offer. Yes, there are other businesses out there that are similar to ours, that but most of them, they offer all these separately. If you want a mentor, you have to have separately, and it's with a coach. Or if you want more training, you have to it came out with another course. If you like, is everything adding and adding, and we have everything included, and that is what we are so proud of. Okay. Example here, we have a mom of three build her business using our training and automated system. She now spend mornings at the park and work a few focus hours a day. She doesn't have to be the 24 hours a day without sacrificing the income. She will still get that income, that residual income that she wanted, taking care of her kids, seeing her kids smile, going for that walk, doing what she likes. So why not? Why don't try it? Why you don't want to know more about this business? If someone tell me right now all of this, I will be the first one. Okay, tell me more. I want to know how this is possible. I want to know. At least I will know all the scoop before I decide it, but at least I know. And we're telling you, we have the system that work. It's not because we're saying it. It's because we have people, and we have testimonies, and we have ourselves, our life. We're showing our testimony, showing that it's possible to make it happen. Okay. Leverage the tool so your business work for you, not the other way around. Remember, we don't want to go back to the 9 to 5 job. We don't want to have that traditional job. We are running away from it because we realize it, that having an online business from the comfort of your home, you are earning more, and you are not sacrificing anything for it. So why not? Why not to try it? Why not to know more? So if you're on that case and you're like curious, or you're a parent and say, I cannot do this because I have the kid, or I have to take care of the kid, we're telling you, we have people that be on the same spot that you are right now. There are people that have suffered something similar that you have, and they are doing so well on our business model. So you can do it too. It's possible.
Thank you, Yessie. So yeah, using systems that work smarter, not harder. This is what I really like about the business at the beginning, because I didn't have to come up with my own system. The system was already there for me. So a lot of people think, that when you have an online business, you're all day in front of a computer, in front of your phone, and just doing stuff. But that's not really how it works. In fact, we all run our business a different way, because you are the CEO, you're the owner of your business. You decide how you run your business. So, you don't have to really be attached to your computer or to your phone to make it work. automation tools help you connect with people even when you're offline. This is the thing that everybody enjoys, waking up in the morning and having all these notifications from your business telling you how your business is running in the background, even when you're sleeping. you know so you don't have to be there, you don't have to be present, you don't have to be on your phone answering right away. That's not how it works. And then the other thing is mentorship and training. Is the training step by step. It was designed with somebody with no experience in mind, so anybody can do this business. You don't have to know about, you don't have to be tech savvy, you don't have to be a social media person, you don't have to know about the business, because the training will guide you step by step. And not only that, you're going to have a mentor and you're going to have a coach. Those are the people who are going to guide you, support you, and help you along the way. So you don't have to do it by yourself. Compared to any other business, this business is the only business that you have somebody by your side, somebody that is going to help you, somebody that is always, teaching you the best thing, because you're growing together, you're growing as a team. There's no competition. And so people are willing to really give you the best that they have. And you don't have to, like, in any other thing, you're always wondering, like, wonder how that works, wonder how these people make this work. You don't have to do that, because you're going to have somebody, you're going to have your mentor and your coach that are going to show you. And it really depends, on the person that you are. If you're one of those that you're a go-getter, you're going to be asking the right questions, you're going to be always willing to learn, to grow. You have to be really coachable, because a lot of times, we in every different job that I had, we always had the know-it-all, right? The people that you try to tell them something, oh, I already know, they don't even let you talk. Well, you don't want to be that kind of person in this business. You want to be somebody with an open mind and always willing to learn and willing to serve and teach others as well, because we all have different gifts, we all have different talents, and you want to share, what what you're good at, so that other people can also gain that skill that you have. So that's what this business is really about. The example here, a mom of three built her business using our training and automated system. She now spends mornings at the park and works a few focus hours a day, all without sacrificing income. This really reminds me of a business owner that I really look up to, my one of my coaches, and she was a caregiver when she started this business. She started this business when she was on maternity leave with her second child. And guys, she didn't even speak English that well. She didn't know anything about social media, about any kind of business. She was an immigrant as well, but she trusted the system. When she saw the webinar, she was like, this is for me. Her husband really didn't give her support, but she decided that she was going to do the business. And now she's one of the top earning leaders in our business. And that's really what it takes. It takes the willingness to do it, to learn, and to adapt. So if you have that, you're already halfway there, right? So leverage the tools so your business works for you, not the other way around. And all the tools, like everything that we need for this business is really, already there. The training, we have an amazing community, over 200 250,000 members already. So we have a lot of people to learn from. And we have, daily drop-in meetings that we can learn from. We have, Wednesday masterminds. We have so many things that we can take so that we can learn and get better in our business. So you're really never going to be alone.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jesse. Um, so we're going to move to our takeaway for our today's topic.
Okay, our takeaway for today: flexibility equals true freedom. Imagine waking up without an alarm. Imagine being able to drop everything to attend your kids' a recital or take a spontaneous family trip. This is possible. Imagine earning without missing out on life. That's the real definition of freedom and starts with flexibility. It starts with action and it starts with, saying yes and starting your own business.
Thank you. So we have arrived to the end of our live. So I want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. We also want to say thank you to Ugor Wazek for his like emoji. Thank you, Ugor. Thank you for watching and for your like emoji. And for the comments that we got today. Also, if you guys are following us on our Facebook or not follow us in our Facebook business page, you can follow us up here on the top to get to know us a little bit more who we are and what type of content we put in our pages and more information about the business. If you guys are watching us from YouTube and you haven't subscribed to our channel, you can subscribe to our channel and press that notification bell to get notified when we put new content and when we are going live. So that way you keep learning more about this online business opportunity. And when you're ready, we'll be here for you to guide you along the way. Now we hope so that what we share today, it will inspire, especially if you're a parent, because today's main topic was around parents. So if you're a parent watching us, and are seeing, you watch, the things that we say today, how you can have a better lifestyle, around your family. So building a business, and at the same time, creating those family memories. Uh, if you haven't watched it from the beginning, watch it from the beginning so you can grab the whole thing. But if you catch few things, and after watching it, you like something of what we share, put it in the comments and let us know. Or if you want to share something, also put it in the comments. We will be happy to read your comments. Saying that, if you are interested to know a little bit more about this online business opportunity, here are three ways that you can do. So you can either put in the comments more info, or you can send us a private message and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Or you can register directly into our websites to register to watch the live webinar, which we happen to have one tonight at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. So it's every Tuesdays and Thursdays the same time. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register to the live webinar. That one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday, one for Thursday. So you can register for either one or for both. The second link you get there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, you can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we invite you to our private Facebook group, where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, so what am I going to find out on the webinar? On the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And also you get to have the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. Uh, so if you want to learn how to start your online business, those are the three ways that you can do. Now you know. And if you want to catch tonight's live webinar, it's at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. So all you have to do is just register into our website. Okay, so let's find out what is our topic for next Thursday.
So next Thursday, our topic is we teach you, you grow, not take a skill needed. So if you think that you don't know nothing and you cannot do it, we're going to tell you you can't. We did it. We're an example, not tech. We didn't know nothing and we make it happen.
Yes, so we'll talk about how anyone, yes, even if you're not techie, you can learn, grow, and build an online business step by step with full support. So that's what we're going to be talking next Thursday. And what is our message to the audience?
Okay, our message is call to action. Is flexibility in your dream? Comment below with freedom and let's start designing the life you truly want. So, guys, we'll be reading your comments. Comment below.
So there you go. So we have arrived to the end of our lives. So we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Thursday for those who are on Thursday, and a happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday, and a happy weekend ahead for everyone. So thank you again for being here with us, and until the next episode of the Lab.
Latin
Latin
Voices.
voices.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for
Bye,
watching. God bless
everyone.
you.
Thank you for watching.